The time now, 8:13. January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month, and caregivers and parents play a big part in keeping loved ones safe. Joining us this morning with what to keep an eye out for is the lead social worker for the Human Trafficking Program at the Audrey Hepburn Care Center at Children's Hospital, Maria Isabella Pontoriero. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So, part of what makes children vulnerable, your point is that their brains haven't developed fully.
Yeah, absolutely. So kids' brains don't fully develop until their mid to late 20s. So we can't expect them to process danger cues. We can't really expect them to process, healthy decisions and to make healthy decisions. And when you have traffickers who are, really good at manipulating kids, gaining their trust, and meeting any type of unmet need that a child may have, kids end up being more vulnerable, partially due to their brain development.
This is maybe a bad analogy, but they always say in war, know your enemy, or
Yes.
in a business negotiation, know your enemy. Do we know our enemy, really? Do we really understand this stuff?
A lot of times we do know our enemy. Traffickers are usually people who are close to the child, whether it's a family member, a family friend, or someone who the child's met, who's gained their trust and manipulated them.
So it's not always, what you see in the movies, just some stranger that pops into their lives?
No, definitely not. A lot of people look at the movie Taken and they see media sensationalize the fact that, all victims are beaten, they're kidnapped, they have bruises, they're crying out for help, but that's really not all the time what we're seeing. And so when we look at trafficking in that vacuum, we're missing the folks who are psychologically coerced into human trafficking.
I think parents often do a very good job with you don't talk to strangers, or in a certain circumstance, and then you have some child maybe who never met a stranger kind of thing, which can be a little scary.
Sure.
But is there an aspect to this of we tend to look at it and say, well, that would never happen to my family?
Yeah, absolutely. Kids have so many different outlets nowadays, right? And so when we give kids phones, for example, we're giving them access to the whole world. And so by teaching them consent and teaching them how to make healthy decisions from a very young age, that's a skill that has to be taught and practiced over time. It's the same thing with social media. We have to teach kids from a young age how to be safe online.
Obviously, it's important for children to feel loved and wanted. Is that part of what goes wrong here?
Yes, absolutely. All people have needs, right? So at the basic level, we need food, we need shelter. But even beyond that, we have higher level needs of emotional support and feeling safe. And so prevention of human trafficking can really start in the home.
Okay, so how do people learn more about this, finally?
People can learn more about this through the governor's website or from chinola.org.
All right, Human Trafficking Awareness Month. Maria, thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.